Hey everyone, welcome back to another Elden Ring video. I hope that everybody is having an absolutely fantastic day, and I hope that you guys are enjoying playing Elden Ring as well. I'm over here on a new game plus, and we're going to be defeating this dragon to get literally hundreds of thousands of runes relatively quickly. Now, my character is not set up for a bleed build, and that's what you're going to want to do. So make sure that you guys have put a lot of points or attribute points into Arcane. That way you can cause as much bleed damage as absolutely possible. I think I'm currently around 30 or so, so we do a pretty good amount of damage right away. Now, before we get into the method, there's a couple things that I do really quickly want to go over. There's ways to do it a lot quicker, even if your character isn't necessarily designed for an arcane build. So you're going to want to use like the Uchi katanas like I'm currently using, or any other major bleed weapon. There are lots of them that you guys can go ahead and choose from. It really doesn't matter which one that you guys go ahead and use. Whatever causes bleed, go ahead and use it. Whatever causes the most bleed, make sure that you guys go and use it. Now, the one that I haven't tested that I am very curious about is the Lord's Blood trident thing, and it's this one right here, the Sacred Spear. I do have it at a +9, but I haven't used it specifically against the dragon. So if you guys have done that and have tested that out, by all means, let me go ahead and know in the comments below. But I'm not even at the required strength to technically be able to wield this thing, so I'm not even using it right now. So that might be another good weapon. The Rivers of Blood would be a good one. Eleanor's Pole Blade would be another good option. But honestly, anything that's going to be causing you guys a lot of bleed really quickly. Now, there are some talisman that I do recommend that you guys use, preferably when you're killing this. Not only will you get more runes from defeating this enemy, especially if you're on a new game plus or even on your original playthrough, but you can also cause a lot more damage with successive attacks, which we are going to be doing very quickly. We're also going to be doing blood loss in the vicinity, so we're going to be increasing our attack power. So the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, and then last but not least, we have the Ritual Swords Talisman, which will raise our attack power whenever our HP is at maximum. We're not going to be fought against, so our HP should always be at maximum, and we're going to be resting all the time. So if you need to use like Seppuku to cause more damage, you can definitely go to do that. Drink a vial, your health is now at maximum, and you can kind of rinse and repeat. Now, let's go over how to get over to the location that I'm currently at. So we're just outside of Fort Farth, and there's that big dragon over here. And you can see that I'm on a new game plus because everything is shown, but I don't have a lot of Sites of Greats unlocked. So what you need to do is when you first start at the game, you're going to start down in the Cave of Knowledge and work your way out. You're going to come over to the Lake North Gray site, and then you want to come and follow this road. Now, if you continue it right, you're going to go all the way down into the Weeping Peninsula area, and that's what looks like a road, but at this intersection, it's like a dirt path. Make sure that right after the bridge, you guys turn and go left. I'm going to go ahead and show that on the screen for you guys right now. The recording might be a little choppy. I really don't know why it's doing that recently with the recording to Xbox, so I do apologize for that. But what you're going to want to do is make all your way all the way down to the Third Church of America. Now, behind the Third Church of America, there is going to be a portal that seems like everybody knows about it. If you guys don't know about it, well, I'm telling you anyway. You're going to come through that portal, and you're going to be taken over into Caelid, which is you're going to end up over at the Beastal Sanctum. Right here. Now, you can open it up if you want to turn in some death roots. There's going to be a gargoyle, so don't fight it. You're going to run all the way down to the first gray site, which is going to be this one right here. There's going to be a dragon on this bridge. You can just run right past it. You really don't even have to worry about anything. If you just keep running and don't turn back, don't look back, don't do anything, it probably won't even really pay too much attention to you. Yes, he's going to roar at you. You're going to start a fight with him technically, but the few times that I've actually done this, he does never chase you. He doesn't really do anything about it. Now, what you want to do is when you come down this way, you're going to want to hug this cliffside. Along this cliffside, there are absolutely no enemies, and right behind this minor air tree, you're going to find a spring, a spirit spring that will launch you up on top of this hill, so that way you don't have to go all the way around. So that is kind of one little trick. You'll actually end up right here. The dragon will be right in front of you, and then you're going to want to come all the way to this grace site, which is right here, and you're going to want to at least activate it prior to starting this rune farming method. So if you don't, then the exploit and the glitch won't work anymore. I have full belief that they will patch this probably relatively soon. They just did an update earlier today. I thought they were going to get rid of this. They have not, but this is a really good way to get a lot of farms, and you don't have to go through all the other BS in order to get to the Bloodlord area if you don't have that farming method unlocked. So what you want to do is just head on down to the dragon. I recommend being closer to the end of the dragon just because it's going to be a little bit easier, and if you have dual weapons like I have, going to make it a little bit better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my seppuku, and then I'm going to go ahead and drink a potion to make sure that my health is at maximum. And then what I want to do is just go ahead and start swinging away at this dragon, and you can see that I'm actually doing quite a bit of damage even though I'm not an arcane build. Like I said, I think I'm right around 30, but it is actually one of my lower of my stats, believe it or not. You're going to want to wait for your stamina to kind of replenish a little bit and then kind of start swinging again. If you want to put seppuku on both of your weapons, by all means go ahead and do that, and then just start swinging again. And then just wait for your stamina to refill a little bit and then start swinging again. He will call for a lot of the dragons in the area, so just be aware of that. So every once in a while you will hear a dragon, and I have looked behind me to see if by chance they are coming around the dragon, but they haven't come around the dragon at all yet. When you do get closer to the final, you're only gonna have one sword out at this point in time, so then you just want to start swinging away. And what you're waiting for is you're watching the health to go completely to 0 at the top there, or all the way down to the left, or you're waiting for the dragon to kind of twitch. Right there, see, I saw it twitch. Now what you want to do is you want to run back to the grace site as soon as you possibly can, and then you want to rest as fast as you possibly can. And then as soon as you rest, you're going to get the runes, and then lo and behold, the dragon is still there. Now, this is why it is really important that you discover this grace site prior to starting it, because you'll have that animation with the, like, finding the lost grace site, the lost grace discovered, and then it's just too long of a process. So make sure that you guys discover this grace site first, and then all you need to do is just go ahead and rinse and repeat. Now, if you do want to make this a little bit better in the long run, all you really need to do is get yourself some gold pickled foul foot. If you want to be able to do that, that will increase your runes by roughly about 30% more than what you're currently getting. Yes, it will help you out quite a bit, but you're only going to be able to use maybe 1 or 2 times, maybe 3 if you're lucky, in order to actually make that worth it. So it's kind of a personal preference if you want to do the farming or the gold pick and follow foot, or if you don't want to. So I'll leave you guys at that. But use this method before it gets patched. I highly recommend it. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Smack the crap out of the like button, subscribe to the channel because it really helps me out, and it supports that YouTube algorithm so that I can continue making videos just like this one for you guys. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.